Bobosi Tiberius here with Mono White Martyr playing in something that's using Lurrus for the fifth video. I'm not sure. We'll go over that. This hand is not keepable, so I am going to mull it once I get the opportunity to do so. 5 lands is nice, and I do like the collection of lands here, but it's really all I like about this hand, and I would happily trade either of these 2 lands for some actual cards, and then it would be keepable, but it is not keepable as it is. Much better. Much better. We're going to keep this, and we're going to ship the Proc to the bottom. And hope to draw that 3rd land to get Crucible going. Blackleaf Cliffs, so we are looking against Prowess, not Jund. So, we do have to scramble to find a Martyr here. Might take an L in this one. Very happy about that, because that, even with without being able to field a rune a lot of their lands, we will have something to do with that Crucible that always gives us mana, which is fantastic, fantastic stuff there. Opponent plays another Blackleaf Cliffs for a Manamorphose. Calling black-red for another Manamorphose, so we will pass this Swift Spear, obviously. Staying with black-red in case there's like a discard. Oh, discard spell is Croxa. Do I risk drawing another land? I think I just get rid of the big Ranger here. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Such a tough call. Yeah, let's get rid of big Ranger here. Really unfortunate. The risky play here is to would have been to get rid of one of the lands under the hope that we draw another one and can just Crucible it later. But I would rather play safe with our opponent down to 4 cards and only dealing 1 damage to us. And that's why we don't play safe. That's why we risk it for the biscuit right there. Proof positive. So we'll play a Field of Ruin and then pass. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Abbott. Isn't the sequence to play that before we play the land? Because, yeah, and they won't be able to play that K command, unfortunately. Unfortunately for them, very fortunately for us. We get another Plains. So I'm going to play the Crucible now, and next turn we'll be able to just cast a lot. We'll be able to do a lot with our next couple of turns. We do still have to survive here, so with Bauble, with Lurrus, they're going to be able to generate a lot of damage here pretty quickly. Would love to rip a Wrath off the top. Opponent's considering a couple different lines of play. Are they doing the math here? Sounds like it feels like they're doing the math to see if they can get us, or see if they just need to wait a turn or two and play the Lurrus now and just start bobbling for cards, is what I'm assuming the thought process is. I have 5 damage showing, 2 cards would make it 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. If it's like Manamorphose, I think they go for it here. Oh. So 1 card left in hand for opponent. They do crack the bauble to look at our hand, our deck. I think it's Lurrus time. Feels like Lurrus time. Oh no, they're bringing back Kroxa. Yeah, okay. I have the Crucible now, so getting rid of a land hurts much less. Though, yeah, discarding a land does mean we take 3 damage here. That's okay, though. So we'll be down to 10. And now they'll attack for 5, perhaps 6, 7. They could save a card for next turn so they don't have to lose their Swift Spear to my Ranger Cap. I don't know if they know about my Ranger Cap, though. Now they come in for the 5 after a little bit of a delay. So we will go get the Martyr from the Ranger Cap. We get another Ranger Cap, which is very nice. To just keep getting Martyrs. And we'll keep the untapped Flagstones as we go get a Mistveil Plains out of the deck. Unfortunately, we are going to have to discard something to that Kroxa here, which is quite frustrating. I think it's the Martyr, just because Ranger Cap keeps his attackers in check. They'll crack Sunbait Canyon right away. Soulscar Mage. And then they'll come in for a lot of damage here. Let's see if they have anything to use for Prowess. They don't. Would really like to draw that Wrath or a Cleansing Nova. I'll take a path to kill the Kroxa, but really got to kill the Kroxa here. And we get there. I'm actually going to put the Blast Zone out here instead of the Flagstones. Just nicer to have around. Really clutch Wrath there. Really clutch top deck on the Wrath there. So now I feel like it's Lurrus mode for our opponent. Lurrus mode is the hot new remix of Sicko mode, for those of you who aren't informed. After this, I'm going to go stream KK Slider playing Sicko mode a bunch. Because I can't find a Switch anywhere in the world to buy Animal Crossing. I mean, I can, but I'm just being lazy about ordering them. Soulscar Mage for opponent, 1 card left in hand. They do play the Lurrus here. Now, will they start bringing... Yeah, they'll bring back creatures instead of... They're going in for the kill here. Which feels correct, if I'm being honest. Another Field of Ruin for us. So, I guess we can... It doesn't really make a ton of sense to start attacking the mana base. But what we can do here, 1, 2, 3... If we use Blast Zone this turn, we lose... we lose the ability to cast Ranger. So I think a better play here, let's cast Ranger. And then let's throw a Serra Ascendant to the Wolves here, just as a blocker. Gain some quick life and move on from there, I think. Keep the untapped Flagstones. And grab a Mistveil Plains. Yeah. Being able to turn Lurrus into a much softer hit seems very good for us. Seal of Fire is going to change that game plan. Let's see if they make us discard. No, they will Lightning Bolt here. Where's the bolt going? Us or a creature? I can't see because of the stack. It goes towards the Ranger Cap. Okay, so... yeah, I mean, seems valid. Now we're forcing them to play a creature. We're pretty dead here, it seems. Yeah. We're dead. Big bummer. Big sad. Seems like overkill, but okay. I'm just going to concede here, because now they're just derping around. Derp is weird. They're just dirtling around now. So, we bring in Purges, because they remove everything in the deck. Do we bring in Rest in Peace? Do we bring in Rest in Peace? I think Proc is a little slow. I think we saw their Crucible being a little slow. So I think, yeah, we cut Proc, we cut Crucible, we cut Weathered Wayfarer, and then we're just good. Everything else in the deck is pretty strong. I mean, the 5-mana Wrath is super slow, but it would have worked there. Ghostly Prison is great. Heliod combo is fine. Yeah, I like this a lot, actually. I like this a lot. Disenchant is not... I guess Sorcerous Spyglass should come in. That's real. Sorcerous Spyglass does have things it can hit, and I guess, yeah, take out a Cleansing Nova for that. And now we just see 3 Martyrs. Let's do it. All the Martyrs. 2 lands, 4 Martyrs, Serra Ascendant. Do it. You won't. You won't. Oh, man. It's just a really good hand if any of those cards other than Martyr is a land. That hand is incredible. We're gonna mulligan it and play safe here, and we get a similarly good hand. Yeah, no, this hand I like a lot. We've got 2 lands. I'm gonna ditch the Ranger to the bottom. Ruined Halo is really good if they double up on a threat. Rest in Peace is keeps Lurrus at bay, keeps other sort of nonsense at bay. We'll get to gain at least 9 life right away, as much as 12 life right away. And they start with a Swift Spear and a Bauble. So Swift Spear will come in for 2. Come in for 3. Double Bauble. That's a good start for our opponent, I suppose. Those cards can trip real well. We get a 3rd land here. And it is a Field of Ruin, so we will be able to eventually cast the Ruined Halo. I'm going to start with Martyr here and just undo a lot of that damage, get up to 26 here. Real good start for our opponent there with Double Bobble. Double Bobble sounds like a great Nintendo game. Bloodstain Mire into an untapped Blood Crypt for our opponent, Soulscar Mage. And Thoughtseize. A really good Thoughtseize there. I'm excited to see what they take. It's probably the Rip. It feels like the Rip is the right call. It could be the Runed Halo. I'm not going to deny that it could be the Runed Halo. And they do take the Rip. So unfortunately, we won't have a play next turn unless we draw something here. Which we do draw a Martyr. I'm going to hold that Martyr back and instead Field of Ruin one of their lands. Gonna just try to get that, hold that Martyr back so it does as many lightning bolts as it can. I think firing it off quickly is not a good idea. Another bobble for our opponent. It's a lot of bobbles. And there's the Lurrus, so we're bobbling hard here. Just drawing all of the cards. And getting all of the Prowess triggers. Top decking a Rip seems really good. We're in a little bit of trouble here, simply because if they can kind of go off here, they could do as much. 18 damage doesn't sound like a ton. And they're going to go for it, obviously, so let's see it. We've got 5 damage showing. So Bobble. They've drawn all 4 of their bobbles, which is pretty great for them. Spell Bomb. So we're now 9 damage showing, 10, 11 damage showing. $12, $13, $14, $15, $16. They just need one more card. And there it is. And this is what I mean by the deck being just like not really well positioned right now. It's struggling to beat a burn deck. And like, yeah, there's an argument, oh, I could have played that Martyr. But then they just do this next turn. And oh, they're not going to draw their 4 bobbles every time. But Lurrus is an incredible card. Like, right now, the fact that if we mull, we need a perfect 7, and if we mull, they just roll us up because they start with 8 cards in hand. It's tough to get over even decks that like objectively should be good matchups. Then stuff like this happens, you know. It's kind of frustrating that the deck is badly positioned like this. So I'm excited to transition to the black-white deck for the black-white version for some testing. I'm excited to see how that goes. See you in the next one. We'll keep going through this one.